Hi, my name is Mandrea Hodges. I'm a sophomore at Ottawa Hills High School, and now I am talking to Miranda from Wood TV 8.
Hello.
Hi, Miranda. How are you today?
Great. It is so good to be here.
Yeah.
And you did a nice job delivering the opening statement. Maybe you'll have my job someday.
Uh-oh. I might.
You might.
How was your background?
When I was little, I loved playing The Price is Right. Have you ever seen that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So when I was about 10, I would call all the kids in my neighborhood and say, come on over, it's time to play The Price is Right. And I would have boxes of Cheerios and boxes of rice set up on the table, and I'd make everybody guess the price, and then I'd give away prizes from my toy box or my closet. And what am I doing today? Kind of the same thing.
Right.
So I always knew when I was little I wanted to do something like this, but I thought I was going to be a famous ice skater, except that I couldn't skate. And then I wanted to do, I went to college for theater, and I studied Shakespearean theater, and somehow I landed in TV, and I've been doing this for a really long time.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, don't ask me that. Well, 25 years, a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where do you work?
I work at Wood TV 8, which is right in Grand Rapids. And at Wood TV, we own actually 3 television stations. So if you see me sometimes, you'll be like, where does she work? I work at Wood TV and WOTV for women and WXSP. So we have 3 different stations that have 3 different kinds of programming, and I kind of jump between the stations.
Mm-hmm. So how long have you been doing the business at the Park Party?
The business of park parties. Well, what year were you born?
1996.
Okay, and you are 16?
About to be, yes.
So I've been doing this for 18 years, park parties for 18 years. So 2 years before you were born, and then ever since you've been alive, park parties have been happening in Grand Rapids.
Wow.
I feel old.
So, started when I was born, and then
Yeah.
just keep going.
Have you ever been to a park party?
Yeah, last year at Lamar Park.
And what did you like most about the park party?
Well, I loved that there was a lot of people out there just smiling, having fun, and there was a lot of things that was free. You could eat, have fun with your family, spend time with everyone, you know, see new people you haven't seen in a long time, and it was just a lot of fun out there.
Park parties are great. It's seriously my 6 favorite days of the year. We do 6 park parties. We go all over West Michigan. Our first one this year is on June 21st, and we're up in Cedar Springs. And then on the 28th, we're at Lamar Park in Wyoming. Mm-hmm. And then we just move around. We go to Holland, Battle Creek, Allegan, Hastings, and we're just all over the place. But I love park parties because the whole idea was, let's give families something cool to do together that doesn't cost them a ton of money. And so everyone's invited, and everything, and I mean everything, is free. We love it.
So how many things you have to set up for one park party?
We set everything up. We decide, okay, where do we want to be in West Michigan? And we get a big map out. And we look at different places where we haven't been, places that we always go back to because we get a big crowd. And so we set the location. We talk to the folks who, like Lamar Park, we talk to the city of Wyoming and say, can we come back? And then we go out and we walk around the park and we think about, where are we going to park all these people? Where are we going to set up the super slide, the climbing wall? Where are we going to put the stage? Where is there power for the stage? Where are we going to pull in semi-trucks from Meyer and the big ice cream truck from Country Fresh? And we got to think all the logistics. Then we got to think about, how do we invite everybody to come? How do we invite all the vendors to come in? How do we invite all the kids and families? So we go from beginning to end. It's about a 8-month process, and we plan it all, and it just rocks.
So how many parks is there in Grand Rapids that have you been playing park parties?
We've been to just about every park in the city of Grand Rapids, and actually our parties have gotten so large that we no longer are in the city. We moved them to Lamar Park in Wyoming, and the thought was, any kid, whether you're at Garfield Park or you're at King Park, and that's where you do your summer programming, we'll get a bus that's going to pick you up from those parks and bring you out to Lamar Park. We want to make sure every kid can come, and we just got to make sure we can accommodate. Out in Wyoming, we get about 7,000 people, so it's a big crowd.
That's really nice.
It is.
Have you involved with the backpack giveaways?
Backpack giveaways, we like anything anything that's good for kids and families is what my job is about, which is really an awesome job. It's not even, I don't even look at it as a job, it's my life calling. So we do backpack giveaways for kids, we collect school supplies, and then we kind of took it one step farther and we said, you know, kids get a lot of cool stuff every year going back to school, but we know that teachers spend at least $500 of their own money to get their classrooms ready and to buy supplies. So we decided we'd start something called the Teacher Wish List. And we've invited teachers from all over West Michigan to tell us what do they need to get their job done. And then we call companies and we let people who are watching Wood TV say, you know what, I can buy 3 bean bags for that classroom, or I can get them enough snacks to last them for the school year. And then people, deliver all the items to teachers, and it's like Christmas for these teachers. And that's been really awesome.
So is teachers from colleges too?
Not from colleges. It's usually, we like them to be kindergarten through 12th grade. But it doesn't matter if it's a public school or a private school or a charter school. We want to help teachers help kids. So that's what that one's about.
So there's items that teachers get that kids get too?
Yep. So a teacher might say, you know what, I have 30 kindergartners and 12 of them are going to come in without pencils, and my whole class really could use some colored markers. And we put that up on a website, and then people say, you know what, I can go and buy that stuff. And so they bring in big bags, and it's so fun to be at those schools when the secretary in the office will call the teacher and be, Miranda's here and she has some big bags. And those teachers will run down and see all this cool stuff for their kids to use. That's a really fun part of the job.
Will you mostly give out to the high schoolers or to the young?
Whoever needs supplies. So a lot of high schools might need scientific calculators, or they might need items that are a little more expensive. And some of those, then I'll get on the phone and call local companies and say, let's put your money where your mouth is. Let's go buy X for this high school. And then we bring it all over and surprise them.
So people that school home, they give supplies too?
Usually not. We try to go with just formal classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's pretty cool.
That's really nice. So does not just you, but your work helps?
Yep. So I work with an awesome team of people that every week we put together a weekly half-hour show called Where You Live. So I work with a great producer and a great director. Mm-hmm. And then I have an awesome lady named Jamie Allen who helps me put together all our park parties, all the teacher wish lists. We do a big event called Beautiful You for middle school girls that say beauty comes from the inside out, so love yourself, and really encouraging girls to just be happy with who they are. So we do a lot of events. The Summer Reading Club, lots of kids are involved in, and we're getting ready to launch that. We have about 65,000 kids 12 and under that participate in the Summer Reading Club.
Wow.
So we get all of the prizes for the libraries and all of that. So we're busy, but we love it.
So it's like a live show?
We call it live to tape. So we travel all over West Michigan and tape different 2 to 3 minute stories, and then we put it together into a half-hour show every week.
So you don't mess up?
Well, I mess up a lot, but that's the beauty of tape. So if I start saying, today I'm here at, wait, where am I at? I get to stop.
Yeah.
A lot of times if I'm at a school and I get the school name wrong, kids will stop me. Miranda, you're wrong. I'm like, oh, thank you, you're right. And then I get it right. So I get a couple tries sometimes.
Have you ever been to the schools where you're interviewed like in assembly or the auditorium?
Yep, we do a lot of school assemblies. That's another part of what I do. When March is Reading Month, we're out at schools all month long. We also do the Fifth Third Feeling Good Mileage Club, where kids go out and run, walk, and jog. So we go out and do health and fitness expos and assemblies at schools across West Michigan. Yesterday was absolutely incredible Kid Day, and with Campfire USA. So we were out delivering thousands of letters to kids, telling them what makes them so amazing. And again, that's another great part of the job.
Have you ever involved helping the cancer?
Cancer research is huge, and we are so fortunate to have Van Andel Institute in Grand Rapids. And they're looking for schools, and this might be something students at Ottawa or any GRPS school wants to do. They're looking for students to build purple communities, they're calling it. So maybe you take one of your basketball games or a school dance and say, this is going to be a purple event. And everything's going to be purple. We're going to have purple cotton candy. We're going to have purple popcorn. We're going to wear purple ribbons in our hair. We're going to have purple t-shirts. And we're raising money for cancer research. And what I love about that is all the money that's raised goes directly to cancer research because it's right here in West Michigan.
I thought cancer was for pink. Why is it just pink?
Well, pink is breast cancer awareness. And so they went with purple because what Van Andel is really trying to do is stop all childhood cancers and find a cure for that. So they're working with Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, and they're really trying to say, okay, we've got to, any cancer needs to be, find a cure for, but they're really focusing on kids, so they went purple.
So how is you involved in it?
So I meet with Van Andel Institute, we sit and talk about some ideas, and then I'm like, okay, so you have 4 schools that are doing big events. Zeeland High School recently did a purple swim meet. And I'm like, you know what, tell them if they reach $20,000, we'll come down with a camera and do a story on their school. So that motivates those students to get out there and sell as many purple towels and purple whatever they can. And then all their families come out and they'll pack that aquatic center, and we'll go out and do a story and say, you know, the people in Zeeland really mean business. Look at how great they're doing to raise money. So we try to come alongside them and help bring awareness to what they're doing.
So you're interviewing them? You don't never work on camera?
Yeah, I work on camera with them, like what we're doing. I would do the same kind of thing. Or sometimes I stand next to the camera and do the interview and ask the questions, and then we call it building a package where we tell the story of what's happening. Whatever way is going to best communicate what's happening. That's the angle we take.
So you never worked on the camera before?
Like running the camera?
Yeah.
I have run the camera, but I have learned that is not my skill set. And I think that's important for students to figure out what do you like and what don't you like in a career, and go for what you like. Because a lot of people think, well, I like TV, or let's use TV. I like TV, so I guess I'll go into the production side of it. I learned very quickly that I am not good at directing. I'm not good at the technical stuff. I'm good at the talking, the ideas. I love all that kind of stuff. I like putting a story together. I don't like the other side. And it's important to know what you like and what you don't like and what you're good at and what you're not good at, and go with your strengths.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So will there be another park party that you're interviewed, like at a school or something?
Well, we'll go, we'll do 6 park parties again. They'll start as soon as school's out. And at park parties, we usually try to build whole half-hour shows from there. And that's another fun part of it. Kids love to be on TV. We all love to be on TV. And so we try to put as many kids as we can on and interview as many people as we can.
So you interview adults?
Definitely. I love to talk to moms about, why'd you come out today? What do you think we ought to do differently? What are some of the issues moms are facing? And I learn a lot when I chat with moms, because they'll tell me, you know, maybe they're having problems with their kids getting picked on, or, you know, any ideas that I get from them. And I'm like, ooh, those are good ideas to build shows for. So you got to be talking to people, listening to people, and that's how you can figure out what's the next story.
Did you ever involved with the bikes? Like there's bike sellings at schools, like GRPS, there was a bike sale. Well, not a sale, but it was free. There's like a lot of bikes.
We actually did stories on the organization that collects those bikes, and then they refurbish them, fix them up, and give them back to kids. And so that's a fun part too, because people might see, oh, there's a bike giveaway. Well, where are those bikes coming from? Right. Who's getting those bikes? Who's paying for those bikes? Those are the questions we like to ask, and those are the stories we like to do, because whoever's behind a free bike giveaway or a free helmet giveaway, I want to tell their story, because I know they've got good hearts and they deserve some credibility and some high fives.
Last year, my mom was on the news. I was at my dad's house, and he had turned on the news, and my mom was on there.
And you're like, what's up with my mom?
Yeah, my little siblings was getting their bikes.
Did you like seeing them on TV, or was it strange?
It was kind of crazy. Seeing my mom on TV.
It is. It's a different experience. People always are like, oh, I don't like to hear my voice, or I look weird on TV.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, it's part of what we do. And as long as you're smiling and looking beautiful, it's all good.
So have your parents ever involved in TV?
No. Neither my mom nor my dad, but they enjoy watching what happens and how it happens. And it's nice to know that they're really proud of the work I do and they're interested in it, but no, neither of them have been like TV people.
So you're the first in your family that's doing something like this?
Yep.
I think I'm going to be one of you.
And it's exciting because I have 2 daughters. Not many people know that. And it's fun to watch my kids, because I'm like, I wonder if they've got that little something something. And I didn't think my oldest one did. And she's in college now. And man, she's just like starting to sparkle and flourish. And I'm like, wow, you never know what's inside somebody until they have that chance. And so it's really fun.
So what is she doing in college?
She's studying business and marketing, and she's at Cornerstone University, and she's doing really well, and I'm really, really proud of her.
I'm in this business program at Ottawa, and I'm in marketing.
You know what I love about a program like that? You can do anything with that. I mean, you might work for a company in marketing. You might do your own business someday. It's a wide open field, so that's a really good thing to be in. Good for you.
What was your skill when you was growing up?
I didn't have a skill. I talked a lot. Look what I'm doing. No, I always like to write. I loved to get to know people, to chat with them. I guess if you would say what was your skill, what was I like, that was probably my strength. And I was a drama queen. I loved to get into something and figure it all out and then make a big deal out of it.
What was your favorite subject?
My favorite subject in school was always, we called it language arts, but I loved going through newspapers and magazines and cutting out things and writing stories about things and imagining different things. That was like the thing I excelled in.
So how did you get to this point?
I had to go to college, and I think that's important for every kid to realize that if you have a dream, even if you don't know what it is, go to college, get an education. And then it doesn't really matter what your major is in, what your thing is in, it's that you have that degree. Once you have that degree, doors open for you. So I went to college for theater. Obviously, I'm not in theater today, but I started at a radio station. From there, I started at a TV station. Then it moved from radio and TV. I went to an advertising agency, and I did a whole bunch of different things. And doors opened and doors closed, and this is where I'm at. And I really feel like God just sort of leads you through these paths, but you have to be prepared and ready. And you can't sit around and wait for someone to do it for you. You have to be prepared for whatever your next step is. So I'm excited for you as a sophomore. Yeah. Doors are going to open for you, but you have to make sure you are ready. Get yourself a good education.
So how is your youngest doing?
She's a crazy child. I love her. She's actually a sophomore just like you are.
Oh, so what school she goes to?
She's up in Rockford. And so she's, driver's ed and doing all that stuff and worried about ACTs next year. And we're just living the life.
Yeah, that's good. Tell her to say hi.
I will. You got to meet her someday. You guys would be good friends.
Yeah, you might will. Just like me and Mom.
You bet. Well, thank you for inviting me today. This has been really awesome. And I wish you the best. I think you've done a brilliant job. So I'm going to give you a big round of applause. It was so cool meeting you.
Thank you.
You are a good person.
Hi, my name is Mandrea Hodges with Maranda from Wood TV 8, and thank you for joining us today.